Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
The symbols of Freemasonry are really quite useful when it comes to doing some of the internal work. When you're trying to use the operative tools of the craft on the cognitive tools for your own sort of deconstruction and understanding the elements of your own kind of world and psychology and internal space. But they're not special in that regard. There are tons of tools that you could use to do the same thing. So for those of you that don't find that some of the Masonic tools are overly accessible when it comes to doing the work, you can kind of move around and find tools that work better for you. I'll give you a couple examples. The operative tools of the craft, the Gavel teaches you to divest your heart and mind of the consciousness of the vices and superfluities of life. But when you start looking at it, really any cutting instrument can do that. You can even look in the natural world and find that there are elements of the fruit that a animal might be eating that they discard. They discard the rind, they discard the stem. This whole understanding that the Gavel represents a divestment process, any natural sort of function that has a divestment function to it or component to it can serve as that cognitive tool if you find that more accessible. This is one of the reasons why we encourage people across the board in any mental health kind of proximate profession, consulting, coaching, any of that kind of stuff, to get people to go outside. Go see the world, the natural world, not the concrete jungle, as it were. Don't go outside to then go inside a shopping mall and expect the same kind of level of sort of liberation of your thinking process. The natural world is almost unique in that capacity. So the Masonic tools are functional tools because that's how humans naturally create stuff. And so in that way, they're very useful. The natural tools that come out in the sort of the outdoor world or the outdoor space are equally good. So observe animal behavior, observe the way the rivers cut valleys through mountains, observe the way water flows, observe how animals move in the wilderness and how trees grow from seeds and not the other way around. Observe these things and understand that the symbols for your own internal work are all around you. If you don't get enough traction or the kinds of cognitive delineations or capacities with the Masonic tools by themselves, feel free to invent your own. This is not, we're not in a situation where anyone's going to be able to evaluate your use of any of the tools in your everyday life for your own internal work. It's your work. And your work will require your capacities to evaluate. One of the tools that I kind of evaluated or developed early on is a tool that there really isn't a good correlate for in Freemasonry. And it was this idea that you can oftentimes choose between the desire to be right versus the desire to be happy, and that those are both decisions, and oftentimes right and happy are not the same decision. This isn't about feeling the joy of winning the game. In some cases, pick a game, for example, it's not always the best experience to win the game. Let's say you're playing with a child and you want that child to have the joy of winning. You want to celebrate or revel in that together with someone else. That oftentimes is a lens that I have to view my own internal kind of struggles with. I have to determine, am I in this situation trying to be right? Or am I trying to create better outcomes longer term? Or do I want to be happy in this moment? And does being right enable or disable that as a sort of a reality? So as you start cooking your own symbolic language for your own growth and development, if the Masonic stuff's not working for you, go outside, take a look around. I think you'll find that the natural world provides plenty of examples to work with.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at masonswork.com, and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.